Hello, everyone. I'm Helen Cole, and I'm the founder of the Gene Collective and Women Who Lead. It's my pleasure to introduce Carrie Buchanan Cotton, who is an announcer at Blackburn Radio in Sarnia. I've known Carrie for a long time. She helped me on a number of occasions when I worked for a local nonprofit. And I know that she has a Facebook group. And because of that group, I see her as a leader that I wanted to interview for our leadership series. So Carrie, tell me more about why you're doing this and how you feel that you can motivate and empower others to make changes in their lives.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I'm thrilled to be here and talking to you. This is exciting. It's funny because we've talked, I don't see myself as a leader, but I am seeing it more through your eyes now for sure. But why I do it, because I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. I don't think we build ourselves up enough. And I think that we need that. We need the encouragement. We need somebody to believe in us. And I love being that for other people. I love lifting people up. I love motivating and encouraging and just reminding the women that I work with, I love my team, that they are capable of anything that they set their minds to. And I think when people believe in you, it lights you up and it empowers you and it makes you feel like you are unstoppable and you can do anything.
Oh, Carrie, that is so perfect. That's exactly what I believe and what I'm trying to promote. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, interview done. We've got all the words we need. So Carrie, is there anything else you'd like us to know about you?
I'm incredibly shy.
You work as a radio announcer.
Security and fear, just like anybody else. But I think at my age, at 51, I think you get to a point where maybe you're looking more at the end of life. Maybe you're looking more at what matters. What's led to this point has been not meaningful, but I think you're looking at life differently at 51. You see things changing and you want to make an impact and you want to do something of value and help people in the world.
Oh, Carrie, yes, I think we're all there. I think we all feel that way. And well, many of us do. And I'm older than you, so I'm definitely feeling it. Mm-hmm. But you encapsulated that so well. So how do you think that we women can develop this self-confidence and this surety within ourselves to reach out and grab life with gusto and seize those things that we want to do?
For me, it started with faith, honestly. It was reaching a point where I was feeling really lost in the world. Things that had happened in my life were weighing heavy. There were situations, there were circumstances that were too much, that felt too much. I felt alone. I reached out in faith. I went to church. It built something up in me and just strengthened me in a way I never expected. Never had a relationship like that before, never had faith before, never considered that I needed it, or I never pursued it actively. And with that, as my confidence grew and I started to believe in myself, it led to other areas. I started working out. I started with this fitness journey that I am on now. And everything is just compounded. And it's just built up something in me that I never had before. And even though I still have the doubts and the fears and the insecurities, and I fail to see myself as a leader, I still have a strength in me that I never had. And I continue to grow in that. And I love where I am right now.
Carrie, thank you for sharing that. So the one of the questions I was going to ask you, and I'm thinking maybe I now know the answer. So give it some thought. Tell me about one thing in your life that you're happy you did.
Just one?
You can give me more, sure.
Happy that I did. Starting my group for sure. Starting my fitness group. Putting myself out there. I'm happy that I'm sharing my life with people online. I'm happy that I am being vulnerable and opening myself up, even though it's scary and so hard sometimes. And one event I can tell you that I did was the Dancing with the Stars, where I learned how to dance to the tango, and it was something else, but it was incredibly scary and something I never would have done in my younger days. And it was just doing something that you were afraid of, pushing through the fear, and just kind of igniting in myself an excitement that I didn't know I had, and being able to prove to myself that I could do scary things afraid. So, yeah.
I had totally forgotten about Dancing with the Stars. I went that night just because you were one of them. And yeah, that. I can see how that would be a great experience for you. I, on the other hand, would find it very difficult to do what you do for a living. Where you're out there and you say you're shy, but I've seen you out in public when you're in your radio announcer role, and no one would ever guess. But one message I get out of what you said, and I'm using this everywhere these days, is feel the fear and do it anyway.
Right.
That's becoming my mantra. And that is exactly what you did. So I admire you a lot. I think I met you right when you were very new at the radio station, and you have come such a long way, and I'm proud to know you. But anyway, this is supposed to be a question and answer series, so I better leave that. Tell me, who's the one person in your life that changed your life? So, for example, this is named after Jean McDougall, who was the person who transformed my life. Did you have someone like that in your life that you could tell us about?
I think I have many genes.
Aren't you lucky?
I think I've had different people at different stages who have been something of a role model and inspiration to me.
Can you think?
I've had people, and it's not significant roles or titles. It's just somebody who has come along at a certain time in my life that has strengthened me in ways that I needed. Somebody who has been, I've had people that have been like a mother to me when I didn't have my mom. I've had people that have inspired me in the workplace. I have had people I just see on Facebook or social media that just show us strength, love, compassion, kindness. So I don't know that I have one particular person that became. I'm always looking at positive people. I'm always looking to be influenced and looking to people to guide, I guess.
That sounds a lot like me. And yeah, I understand what you're saying, because people come to you essentially when you need them. If you're open to it, they're there.
Yeah.
In my case, I was
You
definitely ready for Jean.
You, you could be one of my people. We're still connected.
I'd love to be one of your people. So you've had some challenging experiences in your life.
I have.
If you could go back to when you were 12, what would you tell your childhood self?
I've had these conversations. And I have been learning that it is really important to stay connected with your childhood self. That is important to nurture that self, that younger version of yourself, for maybe the broken parts and that sort of thing, and to heal your younger self. But at 12, I don't know, because I was so insecure and so shy and so scared of everything.
And so looking back on that.
So looking back, I guess, I would want to hug her so tight and be like, it's going to get hard and it's going to be awful, but you're going to be okay. And you're going to learn to love yourself, and you're going to be confident, and you're going to change the world.
Awesome. I like it. So Carrie, you're doing a lot of things in your life. When do you feel most alive?
When I'm connected with others, I think. When I feel a connection, whether it's at work, where I am at the radio station, when I'm connecting with people, I see people out and about, or I see people online and I'm having a conversation back and forth. When you see a positive reaction from somebody, when you get a message that you've done something to brighten somebody's day, that's pretty amazing.
And I'll bet when you're listening to Duran Duran. I had to throw that in, Carrie.
Favorite band of all?
For those that are listening, and maybe you're learning this for the first time, but I kind of doubt it. Carrie's favorite band from the 80s was Duran Duran. So I had to throw that in. So anytime you're listening or reading anything from Carrie, you'll see that thrown in from time to time. So there's a lot of conversation now about women who are leaders and burnout. What do you do so that you're not jeopardizing your mental and physical well-being? And the reason I ask this is this is very common in women. We think we can do it all. We want to do it all. We give everything we have. And I'm a perfect example. When I worked for the local nonprofit, it was not uncommon for me to work 60 hours a week to my cost. So I really want women to know that that's not right. And so I'm asking women, what do they do to protect themselves, to make sure they take care of themselves so that that doesn't happen?
I would say, first of all, and this is kind of the reason my whole group exists, is you have to put yourself first. We think it's selfish to put ourselves first. We think that we're being, if we think about ourselves, but if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anything else. And I work out every day. I exercise every morning. I pay attention to the food that I eat, and I take care of my body first and foremost, because I think that matters. And I've I've been learning more and more over the years that I've been doing this, just how important it is. Because if you aren't taking care of your body, then you're not able to do the other things. If you're tired, you're not showing up for work the way you want to. You're not focused, you're not clear, you're not confident. So it starts with you. It starts with taking care of you. I think it's so, so important. And you have to treat your health and your mental wellness. It has to be at the top of the list. And then you can take care of the other things. Then you can show up with a little bit more energy and enthusiasm for your work, for your family, for your husband, for your kids. If you, and they see it and they react to it too. So I think you're your best self when you take care of yourself. And it's hard to do. It's so hard to do, and put yourself at the top and take that time for you, because it feels wrong. It feels like that's not what the world tells us to do. We need to do all the things and take care of all the people. But if you don't take care of yourself, you will get to burnout and you will not be in a good place. And I've been there too. So
you're right. And we are conditioned, it feels like almost from birth, that everyone else and everything else comes first.
Mhm.
So it's important to learn that lesson that you have learned, that to put yourself first. So if you could give one piece of advice to a woman who's struggling with confidence, self-confidence, maybe more than one piece of advice, what would you give to that woman who is struggling?
I think we worry too much about what people think of us.
Oh, yes.
And I think we have to live in our truth. And I think we have to be as authentic and real as we can be. And I think the more real you are and the more okay you are with who you are, the better you feel. There's not one thing that is going to build your confidence. You have to step out. You have to believe in yourself. Even when the negative thoughts are hitting you fast and furious like they do. It's almost like emotion. It's almost like something that you have to step into, and you keep stepping into it, and you have to believe in yourself. And it's a hard world, a negative world, where many people will try to put you down or tell you you're not good enough. And it's really hard to fight that. But I think when you get real with yourself and you rest in who you are and know that you are worthy and you are strong in what you're doing, it kind of happens.
That resonates with me. I fight with imposter syndrome almost every day. And so all of what you're saying does make a whole lot of sense for me. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this project, is because over the last few years, as I've talked to women, I've realized one of the biggest stumbling blocks to them moving forward as a leader in the community is they don't believe in themselves. So that's the primary purpose behind this project. And you are such a perfect example, such a perfect example. You've come so far, which is really why I wanted to interview you. And I think you have a bright future as a leader of women who are looking for support and encouragement. So you're doing a great job. So what final words would you like to leave us with? No, before I do that, I wanted to ask your legacy. What would be your legacy? Yes. And I described Stephen Covey, and I forget which habit it was, but it's called Begin with the End in Mind. And that inspired my legacy question. So what would your legacy be?
Such a hard question. But I think about this a lot, actually. And I think it's because I lost my mom when she was 41. So I think a lot about my life as if it could end tomorrow. And I think about what I will leave behind. And my kids, my girls, tell me all the time the things that they love about me and the things that I do or say. And it's almost like that in my home. I don't know if this is answering the question right now, but they will speak over me in ways that I know right now how they will remember me, which is kind of crazy to me. And it's the best gift that I could have. Like they tell, my daughter wrote a letter about me being her hero in a way, the way that I treat people, the way I forgive people, the way I encourage them to do the same and show compassion and understanding and kindness and love. I think I just want that. I want to make a difference to how people feel. I want people to live with kindness and love and compassion and a smile and a laugh. And like, yeah.
It does sound as if your girls are a large part of your legacy. And given how they've described you, I think you're well on your way. And you've got years to go yet. With regard to your legacy, you've got years to go. So
I hope
Carrie,
you me and celebrate me. I hope so.
so Carrie, now this is my final question. What final thoughts would you like to leave our listeners?
Ooh, you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. You are amazing, just the way you are. I wish everybody could see themselves the way others see them. We've had this conversation. I wish everybody had that reflection, that they could look in the mirror and see all the good that people saw in them. And I think we need to celebrate ourselves more and embrace who we are, our imperfections, our flaws. I think we get so caught up in it and think it's a negative thing, but who you are is pretty amazing. And we all have something that we offer to this world. We all have some sort of gift. And if we can get past the worrying about what other people think and just do the things that bring you joy and bring joy to others, maybe, then maybe you'll be amazing.
I think with your help, all of us have that opportunity as you've described. And thank you. You are an inspiration. And you truly are a leader in the way that you are leading. It's unique, it's different. And you're doing it all on Facebook and through, it's called through Faith and Fitness, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the joy seeker.
So you're doing a great job. And Carrie, I thank you so much for doing this today. I had to talk you into it, but you know what? We are both doing something that is a little scary. Yeah. I've never done an interview series before, and I started this week and interviewing a number of people. And you know what? The more you do this stuff, this is for everyone. The more you do, the more you try, the more you feel the fear and do it anyway, the easier it's going to get.
And don't be afraid to say it's hard. And don't be afraid to say, I don't know what I'm doing. And just don't be afraid to be real. And encourage everybody around you. Don't make others feel bad. Just build each other up. If we keep building each other up and support each other, that's what we need more of.
Yes.
We're all in this together. So
let's just take over the world and be amazing together.